Okay, everybody, this is Alicia with her mom, and we're going to be doing some funny story family history today. So, Mom, what are some funny stories that you want to share with us about the family history?
Well, it's not really a funny story in a way. My sister Faye always told stories. And one night, I think it was on a Friday night, my parents left to go out.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't know, we didn't want to watch TV. So we had catalogs that had pictures of models in it.
Mm-hmm.
So she cut out pictures of these and she told a story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my brother was involved in it, and it was called The Living Ghost. I mean, we all had to play. I mean, it was more like spur of the moment. Whatever happened came into the story.
Very cool. Do you remember what character you play by any chance?
Yes, I played the Living Ghost widow.
Oh my goodness. So it was a male living ghost. It wasn't a.
It was a
Okay.
male living ghost, and he lived in this statue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are some funny stories? I mean, I think there's one that you need to tell me about a goat, one about my dad and me when I was a baby.
Okay. Well, we lived in at the time Joy Lake on Joy Lake,
Mm-hmm.
and we lived part of a house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she we only had to pay. We shared part of a house with this woman named Ruth Howell,
Mm-hmm.
and her son and cousins had goats.
Hmm. Interesting.
I mean, I got to where I could recognize a goat's sound by if it was in trouble or whatever. But anyway, we was the dog. She had a dog named Satan, believe it or not.
Oh my goodness.
And Satan had got this. There was two of them at one time, but then the male goat was sold to eat.
Ooh, okay.
So we still had the nanny goat,
Mm-hmm.
and I got where I could. We put her in a old abandoned milk truck that was on her son's property.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put her in the cage, in that milk crate, in that milk truck at night and take her out in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one evenings, I can't recall what happened exactly. I just know that one evening, I'm sorry, this was, let me go back to this story. Please go back.
Sure, you can go back to that.
There was two goats, a male and a female goat, and we used to take care of we used to see them. They were eating. There was a lot of underbrush where we lived, so they ate off the underbrush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one evening, he was going to try to put the goats somewhere, and he took them off the chain. They were on a chain,
Mm-hmm.
like a, and the goat, he chased the goat, and the goat chased, he was chasing the goat.
Oh no.
This was funny. We lived outside. I mean, there was a patio-like thing on a concrete slab, like a concrete, and the goat ran up the steps to go on that to get away from him. And they're both out of breath, going wheezing back and forth, going. You could see that they were breathing hard. And then, but they were looking at each other like, "I dare you move." And they looked at each other like they just looking at each other. I mean, it's funny. It was funny to watch. Either one didn't move, but here they are looking at each other, staring at each other like, "I dare you to move."
Goat versus human, round one, huh?
Right. And I think he made a move eventually. It takes, I don't know how long it lasted for, about a couple of minutes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But then he moved, and the goat ran downstairs, and he eventually got the goat and like that. But
That's funny.
the funny was watching the goat, him and them, eye to eye, looking at each other like,
That is funny.
That was funny.
That is funny.
But one incident happened. We were at that time. Then the goat was given, and they was going to they killed it to eat it,
Oh.
the meat. But I took care of the nanny goat,
Mm-hmm.
and he was told me don't let Satan near the goat,
Mm-hmm.
because the goat had tried to kill the goat at one time, not to eat, but just to kill.
Oh.
They killed animals just for the sake of killing
Ouch.
dogs.
Ooh.
Dog pack killed.
Wow.
Well, at one day, he had gone to work,
Mm-hmm.
and I was there, and I heard the goat baying,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to investigate, and he has a shotgun, so I took the shotgun and fired at the. I missed, but I think he got some shells, some little pellets into the dog, so he ran off. I mean, the man that lived next in the basement came to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am, a shotgun under one arm, patting this goat, saying, "It's okay, it's okay." He looked at me like, "I don't want to know what happened. I don't know what happened." But here I am.
Right.
I knew what that goat was saying. She was in distress, and I came out there, and there was it was Satan and other dogs too that was trying to mess with the goat, and I went to get the shotgun, shot it, and the dog went under the sort of like a crawl space under in the basement of sorts.
Ooh.
But here I am patting the goat,
Mm-hmm.
shotgun under one arm, patting the other goat with the hand with the other goat, and that was funny.
That is a little funny.
Because the goat wasn't like, okay, she's got a shotgun, so what? I know she's.
So you're a little Annie Oakley there.
I was a little Annie Oakley, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We used to swing. My sisters and I did. We had a swing in the tree,
Mm-hmm.
and we found different ways to do that swing. So we would lean over as far as we could to where we were practically at the at the seat. We were practically, our head was practically to that seat, and we would wind this thing up over and over so it would be tight, and then we'd let go, and it would it would spin us around like a top. That was funny. Yeah, I mean, we learned to do that. I mean, we would get it as tight as we could.
Wow.
It still would be getting over practically, and then let go. Take the feet. We couldn't take a hold of the swing. We'd take someone's feet and just let go of it, and then we'd go like a top, swing like a top.
That's funny.
Yeah. And one thing we did, which is not funny, my brother wouldn't think it was funny, but we got an old blanket, and we told him we lived outside, and there was a barn, and we told him if he'd come up on the barn, we would be sort of like Superman, catch him.
Oh no, oh no, you mean.
Well, he came down and we scattered.
You dropped the blanket.
He dropped the blanket, he went on his head.
Ow.
So I don't know if we messed his head up or not, but we did that. But
what about the one where there was a baby? I've heard the story a lot of stuff like that. I mean, it was kind of funny.
What story is this one?
I think when I bit him on the nose, kind of.
Okay, Alicia was a few months old. I mean, she didn't have any teeth, and I used to play snip on your nose, teaser like that.
Yeah, it's a nursery rhyme. Sing a song of sentence.
She laughed and she'd laugh and laugh about it. And then he got into the game, and then when she got tired of the game, so she started, and I thought, stop, she's getting tired of this.
Mm-hmm.
She's tired. Stop playing. She's not wanting to play anymore with it.
Right.
Did you listen? No. So he was holding her, and then I guess she got near him and she bit his nose. He drops her. I mean, gives me and said, "Here, she's your baby." But I didn't laugh, but I did when his back was turned. I did laugh because I'm thinking, I had told you.
Right.
Not she had had enough. But he didn't listen. So that was funny.
That is funny. It really is. I mean,
because he didn't spank her. I think he was more shocked than anything. Huh?
Yeah, because he needs to do it a lot. He'd say, "Sing a song of sing spin," and the maid was in the garden hanging up the laundry, and along came a blackbird and snipped off her nose, and he used to do that. And then obviously I got sick of it.
After, because he kept grabbing her nose when he did it, and I said, after she didn't like that, she was saying, that's enough. I don't want to.
Yeah, babies get tired of stuff like that.
So he didn't listen, so she got near his nose, and
ouch.
fortunately she didn't have any teeth.
But still, it's funny.
It was funny, yes. It was funny, and like, when we went to Canada, and we were at this Witchart Gardens. We had a stroller, and the stroller, I'm holding the diaper bag on my shoulder, and he's pushing the carriage. And then she gets tired, she wants mommy. And I said, okay, so we stop. I take the baby, and as soon as I take the baby, the carriage tips over.
Ooh.
And she pops him. Like, how dare you make me fall?
Ooh.
That was funny. Here it is. We're walking through the gardens. I'm holding the baby on one hip. The stroller's got the diaper bag. He's pushing the diaper.
I'm sure they're probably thinking, what are you doing?
What? That's for babies, not. But that was funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
That was funny because, I mean, as soon as she gets out of there, she pops his hand like, you made me fall. Not remember, I mean.
Yeah, I know one time, I'm sure you remember it too, when we went to the grocery store and somebody says, oh, is that your mom, kind of thing. You said,
yeah, we were in the grocery store, at least in that Giant. I remember it was a Giant, and we're talking, and this woman turns to me and says, oh. She looks at Alicia, she looks at me, and she said, oh, is that your mommy? And I looked to her and I said, Mommy! Shut up. She didn't want to hear it, but it was funny.
Yeah.
But I know once at a thrift store, I was with Alicia, and she had overalls, but they had pink. So I thought, okay, it's obvious she's a little girl. And this one said, is that a little boy? I'm going, would I put a little boy in pink?
I mean, I know nowadays, yeah, but at the time it's funny, yeah.
It was. I said, no, it's a little girl. Oh, okay.
She was misgendering me. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, but yeah. Or we would say, he said, it's too noisy. Go. So I said, okay, Alicia, let's go. I'd take her, and we lived in a house. And we'd start at our house, start walking at the end of the road and walk all around. And okay, I'll let you sleep, you need some sleep, okay. But then we walked and we stopped, and she turned to me, Mommy, you know everybody, don't you? And I said, no, I don't. But we're talking like that, and I said, okay, I just let him sleep, and I came back. He's sitting up in the kitchen. And I said, why are you up? It got too quiet. And I was like,
dude.
No pleasing you, huh?
Yeah.
But, I mean, we would walk. We'd say, okay, let's go for a walk. Okay, we went for a walk, and there was no set time. We had to be back at a certain time, so we just walked. I mean,
yeah, that's some funny stories.
It was a funny story, and yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun adventures. I mean, we enjoyed. I enjoyed being with her and doing things with her and like that. But it was funny when that woman said, "Oh," turned to Elise and looked at me, and then she said, "Oh, she turned to Elise. Are you the mommy?"
I'm like, no.
I didn't say. She didn't say no. I just looked at her and said, "Did I looked at this magazine or something?" I was just teasing with her and said, "Mommy, can I have this?" And the little girl's voice, and she said, "Shut up."
I mean, I wasn't being mean when I said it.
I think it kind of bugged her that.
But I'm thinking, come on, lady. I think I was the most 13. I'm thinking, come on. I don't look that old, honestly. And then
I don't know. Do I look that young? I don't know.
I don't know. She was just being very ignorant, honestly.
I just okay.
But thank you for sharing those stories with us, Mom.
It was funny stories. I mean, I had some funny experiences with her, and I mean, fact is that we flew from the East Coast to the West Coast, and we got on the plane very early. We didn't have adjoining seats, and so I'm sitting on the plane with Alicia, with this man that, we're flying from BWI to Chicago O'Hare. Another, oh no. I mean, this is early in the morning, and she's a very good baby. She doesn't whine or fuss, and then he tells me, and he helps entertainment to her, and she listens while we're talking. She doesn't go, she listens, and then we changed planes in Chicago. You're flying United. We fly from Chicago then to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fog is socked in, so we can't land. I mean, so we had to fly to Oregon to refuel, fly back to Oregon, fly back to Seattle, Washington, and they're giving us sodas to drink and whatever. And the stewards are just comment, she's such a good baby. She's not fussing, she's not whining, and she was a very good baby.
Oh.
But the ironic part was, we're running low. We're going to fly to Oregon to refuel, and maybe by that time some of the fog will burn off. I didn't realize it was that serious that they wouldn't land. So we went back and came back.
Mm-hmm.
Long flight. I'm praying this God. This is around 4:00 their time, so we've been on that plane since really 4:00, 8:00, around 8:00 Eastern time, but now it's 4:00 Western time. It's Pacific time, so.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not fussing and whining or whatever. So we fly back. Then the plane lands because the fog lifts enough that we can land. As soon as we land, the fog sucks in again. But I know that was an answer to prayer. But they kept saying, she's such a good baby. How old is she? I said, she's not quite a year old. She was a little over. I said, she's a little over a year old. Wow, she's not fussing or whatever. I said, no, she's not. She's a good baby.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing those stories with us, Mom.
I had a good baby with her. I mean, I used to sing to her and talk to her, and yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. And if you guys want to see any more, we will share some more. Bye, guys.